Hello, welcome back for this monitoring and evaluation discussion points. I want to be starting again from by summarizing the institutional structure of the monitoring and evaluation program. Start on the head is Regional Steering Committee, and hierarchically below Horn of African Railway Coordination Units, which has three branches: one Ethiopian Railway, neighboring countries, and Port and Logistics Authority. Sum up, monitoring and evaluation and data unit will be collected. This data also has three branches: infrastructure monitoring, operational monitoring, socioeconomic evaluation. And finally, annual performance data will be collected. And based on this, we will move into the summary of key indicators as this can expand with Somaliland and South Sudan. So the category can be original infrastructure into false. So from infrastructure, key indicator in what to measure is it can be explained on it in detail different from the previous one. From infrastructure, indicators are railway construction, railway rehabilitation stations, junctions, dry port, logistic terminals, border facilities, ports, connectivity, and regional corridors. What to measure is in parallel. I would like to explain here kilometers of railway completed, kilometers rehabilitated, number of stations constructed and operational, number of railway junctions completed and operational, number develop, uh, number developed and operational, number of cross-border railway facility completed and number of international port connection, number of international railway corridor developed, annual railway passenger annual flight tonnage, container handled annually, and average passenger journey time, trains per day and per in week, percentage of network availability for operation, average operating speed, percentage of available capacity utilization. Second, the economic sector. Wow, yes. I want to explain from the transport one as indicator passenger volume and what to measure is annual railway passenger flight volume, annual flight tonnage, container throughput, container handled annually, flight travel time, average flight transit time, passenger travel time, average passenger journey time, train frequency, train per day per in week, network availability, percentage of network available for operation and average train speed, average operating speed and railway utilization percentage of available capacity utilized. C. Economic. As indicator, transport cost and what to measure is cost per ton in kilometer, logistic cost as percentage of cargo value, gateway trade volumes through each gateway, railway revenue, annual operating revenue, investment, private and public investment mobilized, employment, direct and indirect job creation and industrial development, industrial commercial investment around the railway hub. Fourth, regional integration. The indicator is cross-border corridor. What to measure is number of operational international corridors, cross-border flight, annual international flight volume, cross-border passenger, annual international passenger volume, border cross time, average railway border operating time, customs processing, average customs clearing time, and railway standards, number of harmonized regional standards and agreements, number of bilateral and regional railway agreements can be bilateral or multilateral world right now. Lastly, what about the environmental and social impact? As indicator, road to rail shift and what to measure is a reduction in road flights, carbon dioxide emissions, estimated emissions avoided, energy efficiency, energy consumption per ton in kilometer, land acquisition, percentage of required land acquired, compensation, percentage of affected households compensated, grievance, grievance, percentage of grievances resolved, and local employment, local job generated, and lastly, community safety. And what measure is railway-related community safety incidents. So next we will see about the indicator evaluation table, and this table will be have its own points. Yeah. So yes, the indication table has the performance rating. Rating has green, amber, and red. Amber means yellow. The performance on green is greater than 90% target achieved, and amber is uh, 70 and 89% achieved, and red one is less than 70% achieved. Management action from green is continuous implementation. For amber or yellow is corrective action and closer monitoring is shown. Red is management intervention and recovery plan needed is indicated. So the overall evaluation is evaluation level can be a baseline evaluation, quarter monitoring, annual evaluation, midterm evaluation, impact evaluation, and master plan evaluation. Timing and main purpose can be shown as the baseline evaluation from the beginning before implementation is the time, and the purpose is establish starting condition. Quarterly monitoring every 3 months can be conducted uh, to track implementation, finance risk, and milestones. Annual evaluation every year can be assessed output, outcome, and performance. Midterm evaluation through each phases can be determined whether strategy and investment need adjustment. And the impact evaluation after major corridor completion is can be measured economic, social, environmental, and regional impact. And lastly, the master plan overall evaluation is every 5 years will be review and update the entire Horn of African railway program. So this all has critical program. So lastly, we will end up by expanded gateway specific monitoring, gateway and corridor, proposed route and monitoring and evaluation indicator can be shown here. The gateway is Djibouti gateway. Proposed route is Addis Ababa, Djibouti in Redwa. Flight volume, container track, transit time, port train connectivity and train reliability. Lastly, customs efficiency. Somaliland and Berbera corridor is corridor development stage, border infrastructure, dry port service, flights volume, Berbera port connectivity, cross-border trade, and border processing time. Sudan in Port Sudan is feasibility progress, construction progress, border agreement, flight potential, Port Sudan connectivity, port processing time, and operational readiness is very indicating. Key Kenya gateway, Ethiopia border traffic, flight volume, passenger volume, interoperability, customs processing, and port connectivity is major purpose. Uh, Eritrea Red Sea Gateway, political, institutional readiness, feasibility study, border agreement, engineering readiness, port feasibility, projected flight demand. South Sudan Gateway Corridor feasibility, railway construction progress, Ethiopia Sudan South border, Ethio South Sudan border, infrastructure, flights, passenger potential, customs processing, Juba logistics connectivity, and regional trade is a critical result. South Sudan and Sudan regional linking is by cross-border connectivity, flight movement, transit time, border agreements, trade volume, and access to Port Sudan, and operational readiness is one of the specific monitoring and evaluation program. In the dashboard already we have seen as red, yellow, and green in terms of infrastructure, transport, trade, border, ports, and market access. Regional integration is sort of a parameters, and overall status can be conducted on here. So this will be very important part. Thank you very much, and see you soon.